Hey Dunchbags, what's going on? It's Landon Remixes here, and welcome to my review of the debut album from Alison Wonderland, Run. Now, Alison Wonderland, even though it sounds like I'm saying Alice in Wonderland, I'm actually referring to Alison Wonderland. You can probably see it when I put the text on the screen, but you know, whatever. I should probably stop talking. If you don't know her, she's an Australian DJ and producer. She very much loves trap, and that's something that I actually wasn't expecting this from some reason. I don't typically associate Australians with trap, and I didn't really know what to look forward to when I heard this record. On the first track, I was kind of actually expecting something much different, and kind of didn't really tell where the album was trying to go. Turns out it's a trap record, and even though trap isn't one of my favorite genres, there's definitely some good stuff. Good people in the trap scene like R.L. Grime and Aerochord, definitely very good producers in this genre, and I'm going to go a little bit over my thoughts of this record because it was a very interesting listen for me, and I'm going to have to voice some of my opinions and matters. Like I said, even though trap isn't one of my favorite genres out there, I still very much enjoy it as a genre when there's good music in it. There can be found good music. I like the twerk style trap, and I also like Aerochord and R.L. Grime style. Anyway, let's dig a little deeper into this. One of the things I notice is that the production is definitely solid on this, but the tunes just don't seem to match up. I'm going to talk a little bit about this second track on this record called You Don't Know, and I really want to enjoy this one, and I really want to love it because this song definitely sounds promising. We get to the drop and the mixing just sounds terrible, and the bass just sounds completely overdrawn, which is what I'm hearing on a lot of these tunes, is we've got way too much bass in the mixing, and I know it's definitely not the headphones I was using because it doesn't do that to any other music. I don't see why that would affect it, but maybe I shouldn't be judging too quick on the mixing because I'm not a professional mixer, but I just felt that this album as a whole was trying way too hard to attract listeners in the pop field, and maybe I'm just because I'm not Australian, I don't understand Australian pop music. Maybe this is how they listen to things up there where it's summer when we have winter here, but coming from an American standpoint, this general mixing and pop sound just doesn't sound very good. By the time the third track was over, I was really struggling to get through the album, which is really sad because I honestly really wanted to take a good gander at this and be able to enjoy this the whole way through, but I just couldn't, and I was actually, for the first time ever, taking notes in between songs about how I'm feeling about the album as a whole, trying to figure out what rating I was going to give it before I had even finished it. I'm going to get back to talking a little bit about R.L. Grime. I think overall, producers like R.L. Grime and Aerochord have a much better success at producing music like trap music. I think maybe Alison Wonderland would have more luck producing maybe just straight up pop music or something like that, but as music like this, and I think she's tracking her own vocals on this one, I don't know for sure, but there's a similar female vocalist who I assume is her in almost every track on this record. Even though I didn't really like R.L. Grime's last record, I think it still managed to overpower this one quite a bit. My favorite track on the record is the song Carry On. This one's very well mixed, good production, and has an enormous drop, and I'm just going to throw this out that this is the track on the record that I like. There's other tracks on the record I like, but this is the only one I found myself really grooving and dancing and bobbing my head to and actually enjoying, rather than most of the record, which I'm kind of just tired and almost wanted to sleep through. Even like halfway through this record, I had to turn off the music and go onto YouTube to listen to some Bauer. If you don't know Bauer, he did Harlem Shake. He had a really awesome song last year with Ray Schremer. He's been gaining a lot of popularity recently for doing more unique music, and I feel like that's the direction that Alison should have gone with this record, rather than just releasing generic trap and rap hip-hop sounds. Trap, pop, I don't really know. Lots of sounds that just sound honestly really generic, and I really wanted to enjoy this, but I just couldn't get through this for the most part. The rest of the record is essentially just boring, and the production is good. production is very good. The mixing, I wouldn't say necessarily awesome. A lot of it's just really annoying lyrics, really annoying trap and hip-hop vibes, and I just really didn't want to finish this record, even though I had to because I know I wanted to review it. On tracks like Ignore, I'm feeling heavy vibes from Lax and Twine with his song String Theory, and I really wanted to enjoy some stuff like this, but I feel like she just completely botched the sound that Lax and Twine are trying to make with their music, trying to take a little bit of a stretch with trap music rather than just making it generic. Final track on this record, I really wanted to be a nice, smooth little closer, like I usually do with records, especially with, let's say, Porter Robinson's Worlds, where he closed out with Goodbye to a World, kind of released something that's not really a single material, but is a good closer. And I feel like she didn't do this either. She just released something that sounds kind of cool with a little church organ vibe, and then kind of builds up like it's going to have a really awesome drop, and then just kind of is a huge letdown. So I know I'm completely bashing this album, and I wanted to give this a really good rating. I really wanted to. Like I said, I listened through the whole record basically in one sitting. I just took a couple breaks to listen to some more unique trap music, like I was saying. But I ended up just not enjoying it too much, and over the course of this record I was thinking, okay, I'm going to give it a 3, I'm going to up to a 3.5, back down to a 3, and I think overall, my thoughts on the record, I'm going to give it a 2.5, and I'm so sorry if any fans of Alison Wonderland that really enjoy her music are watching this, because she's definitely a good producer, like I said. She definitely deserves the limelight she's gotten, and I hope the best of success to her. I'm just really hoping she releases some new music that sounds a little bit more unique and less just like American hip-hop, which is what I'm hearing. Like I said, maybe in Australia it's a bit different and they're not used to hearing music like this, but around here this is basically just generic music. So what do you guys think about the record? Make sure to check it out if you haven't. Alison Wonderland, run! Bye.